All right, I've made my way down to South Carolina and thought I'd swing in on Coach Donnie Kiefer here at Green Sea Floyd High School. Coach, first and foremost, it's glad to be back down here and catching up with you. I think I last saw you on the field to your state championship game that you guys won yesterday or last year in your second year here at Green Sea.
Right.
But you're 3-0. Things really seem to be looking up and just looking really well for the program here. With that being said, thanks for letting me swing by, but things are going really good for you.
Yeah, we appreciate you. Always good to see you, Chris, and it meant a lot to see you and John Till at the state championship game last year, and as well as some of my former coaches from North Carolina. That meant a lot. Things have gone well, like you said. Now we've got a beast on our hands coming up Friday night. We're playing a 3A school. We beat another 3A school, Loris, Friday night. We're playing Ainer this Friday, and they're ranked in the top 10 in the state in 3A, so it's going to be tough, but our kids are working hard. We're looking forward to having another good season, hopefully, and really would like to make another run.
Well, you have made a career out of going to struggling programs and turning them into powers almost immediately, and this coaching stop here now at Green Sea has proven to be no different. This is the number one team. Last time I checked, the number one team in the 3 or the 1A here in South Carolina.
Right.
What just seems to be your secret? I mean, for whatever reason, you've got the knack for finding struggling programs and putting some secret ingredient into it to make these guys immediately good.
Yeah. Well, number one is a lot of prayer. I pray about it before I go, and then pray about it once I get it. But like you and I have talked in the past, I think it's a lot more psychological than it is just simply physical. I mean, the physical part comes in, but you have to you can't talk to kids in vague terms. You got to have goals, but you got to be real aggressive towards those goals. I mean, I know if I was a player, I wouldn't want a coach come in and tell me what he's going to do 5 years from now. I wouldn't want somebody to come in and say, okay, guys, we need to have a winning season. We need to get better. Things like that, to me, just don't make any sense. I try to get them, at a high competitive level right off the bat. Number one, in the weight room. Then when we get into 7-on-7s, then scrimmages, that kind of thing. And I will say one thing, it's very rewarding when you can take a team that hasn't won much and get them to that level. Then the hard part is keeping them hungry. I have had some teams that once they got to that level, they got satisfied, they got complacent. Luckily, this team is not doing that. I mean, they're working hard. Like you said, we're ranked number one in the state right now, which doesn't mean anything, but it's good to get the recognition, and I think it gives the kids some confidence.
So third year now in South Carolina. We do miss you in North Carolina, by the way. Had some terrific success at schools like Central Cabarrus and Tuscola and East Carteret, and take a while to name them all. But we do miss you in North Carolina. Have you missed some of the competition up there? I mean, you were a fixture for 30 plus seasons,
right,
in North Carolina. Or do you feel like you just enjoy this next stop of your career and living at the beast? There's nothing wrong with that.
Right. Oh no, I'm gonna tell you, Chris. I love all of my coaching buddies in North Carolina. I mean, there was a lot of competition on the field, and we all wanted to beat each other. But I mean, I just love my time in North Carolina. North Carolina is always home to me. I love what I'm doing here. I wouldn't take anything for it. What I'm doing now with these kids are great kids, great community. But I mean, like you said, 30 plus years in North Carolina. I miss a lot of those guys. I miss the camaraderie that a lot of us had and the relationships we had. And I'm gonna make the best of it here, but that will always be, dear to my heart, my time in North Carolina.
And you mentioned coaching buddies and guys in North Carolina. There's a lot of coaches still coaching in North Carolina that came up under you.
Right.
Could not mention guys like Richard Bailey. So
right.
Seems like you've got a little bit of a legacy that's living on through some other people, and I think that's all you can ask of when you spend a lot of time in a single place.
Right. And I'm just proud of all the guys. There's a bunch of them. Like you said, it would take a while. Probably 12, 13, 14 guys that either played for me or coached with me, coached under me, that are now head coaches. And I follow their programs just like our own. I'm pulling for them and celebrating when they win, and mourning with them when they lose, and that kind of thing. But it means a lot to see these guys go on and be successful as well.
Well, Coach Kiefer, again, I appreciate you letting me swing by and spend a little bit of time with you here in the coaching office and check out your facilities. We always wish you the best, and hopefully we'll see you here soon, maybe at another state championship game in December.
That would be awesome. Appreciate you coming by. Always great to see you.
All right, thanks, Coach.